Yo, what are you saying?
Nothing, man. I'm trying to start Facebook today like twice. I'm like, nobody joins. I'm like, what the fuck is the point? But maybe
I forgot
I'm doing it correctly. I'm not sure. It's a learning experience for me. So I'm just like, fucking, let me just join some spaces.
and see Wagwan.
Yeah, man. Fucking just dip. I'm just dipping my toe in the water. Yo, Mal over here, I don't know what the fuck is he doing. I'm like, motherfucker, you ain't that.
Who's that?
Yo, I don't know, because like everyone's always speaking on spaces and shit. So I'm like, let me try this shit.
See,
But how's every?
so I was gonna ask. So if we're gonna do the X show, what would it be about?
I guess we could just. I guess if I had to, we could just talk about current events right now and like the regular thing, or everyone's opinion. Because I really don't judge people's opinions. I'm more here to listen and be entertained, right? But like the whole Kanye thing shocked me. I'm just like, man, I used to love you, man. What happened? Why nobody's checking this dude?
Uh, what do you think you don't like about what he said? Is there anything he said specifically that you're like, ah, fuck?
So, I remember I saw some clips on when he was on Alex Jones and like
Mhm.
in certain aspects of Hitler. I'm like, is he for real? So I just rewind it over and over again. I'm like, I think he's for real. I'm not sure. Like, but I was very confused about the whole situation. season one, episode one, the X guy. Oh, okay, bet it's gonna be like a weekly show. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a weekly show, and it's gonna be just me and you just.
Well, it could be like shoes that Kanye West is wearing. You know,
Oh well,
or
I
like
don't know.
close
He's
shoes
still
and stuff.
wearing his Yeezys, man. Especially that Adidas and him parted ways over certain comments he made, certain gestures he made, especially certain shirts. And I'm just like, brother, what are you doing right now? What's going on? Like, why is like nobody in your camp checking you, telling you, hey, yeah, don't do this?
I think he fired the camp. You know what I mean?
Damn, bro. It's like nobody's around to check him now. He's just going off right now.
He there was an inflection point where he lost his mom. You notice that?
And the inflection?
Inflection, like there was a direction change when he lost his mom.
Yeah, I think his mother was the one that checked him.
That's tough. Yeah, you might be right.
I think he lost his anchor because it was his mother who checked him. Like you know how young men go when they lose their mother. And I'm not sure, but I think she was the woman that listened to him, checked, put him put him in
Hmm.
place. Kind of was like that force that he needed to stay focused right now. After it, he was just going off like this is Kanye the genius, and he was on the right track for a while. He was outrageous, but it was smart. Like during the MTV Awards about that comment he made about Taylor Swift and Beyonce, whatever. I forgot. It was such a long time ago. But I just remember he's going on stage. He had a bottle of Hennessy. And I'm like, whoa, what is this nigga doing? Yo, going in here like talking shit, like why Taylor Swift won. It was like a shocking moment. And over the years, just like he had hits after hits, though production after production. The genius move with Nike, but then kind of fell off. Then he had a masterpiece with Adidas, especially with Yeezy season one, the clothing line. He started a whole movement, but he wanted more control, more control. So you have to notice is like when somebody like that with almost unlimited resources and the power to part waves of fans to not even touch him, he could just walk through. He could just wave his hands in the middle, and they will all move. You kind of give him megalomania, like kind of like a spiritual megalomania. Always about preaching Jesus. Jesus is the power. He changed his name to Yay. Like that's in the Bible. Oh yay, thou power, blah 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 blah. I'm like, huh. right? And I and like he made an album, Jesus is the King. I'm like, man, dude, he's like slowly going into the spiritual deep end. And then this whole thing with his baby mama's like with Kim, that Kim is like thinking about like, what did I do? What did she do? Like she ended up with a brother who's a creative genius, but geniuses have um some things about them that like make them mentally unstable. That's that's the kind of like the curse. I don't know. I'm over here talking shit because this is season one, episode one of the X Cast.
Tell the people about yourself. You've been going through a lot recently.
Yeah, a little bit. Has the I don't want to diverge too much, but my mom recently got amputated on the foot. She got cut. She ain't told nobody. Grew really, really. Her foot went gangrene, like gangrene. Had to amputate her foot. The amputation didn't take. Had to amputate half her foot, more of her foot more. And also I had to stop working to take care of everything. So it kind of messed me up in life. But with those struggles and that stress, I learned a lot about how to handle stress, how to face things that you're afraid to face. I'm still doing that, but through all that suffering, I learned a lot about how to handle things outside myself, how to be more responsible, how to be more accountable, how to learn how to take responsibility besides myself, but also take care of somebody who take care of you all your life, and then change that dynamic changing. That was like shocking. That was like very shocking, and I realized that my mother is not a god. I kind of like it's a moment that I had to face her mortality, and it kind of hurt me because it makes you face your mortality.
Right.
But
Because you expect them to be there forever. That's just a assumption we all make.
yeah, man, it's like I know it's a stupid assumption. I know they're humans, but you kind of put them as humans like the back of your head. They're your mother, so they're almost like deities for some reason. And then I seen my mom break down. I never seen her break down. I never seen her like cry like that or like be that stressed out, begging me to take her back home. Like, don't take her foot. That hurt me. I was powerless. Like being powerless in front of a former god hurts. And then I learned a lot. I learned a lot from all that. For all that time, a lot of self reflection, a lot of reading, a lot of meditation, especially when I looked up of the Stoics like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius. The
You're doing your own meditations now.
Yeah, my own meditations. Like like Marcus Aurelius was there for me, even though he's dead for the last what 2,000, 3,000 years. I'm not sure.
You remember what you read that stuck with you?
Looking at myself up from the bird's eye view, from the bird's eye view, and analyzing myself.
When you look at the bird's eye view, who do you see now?
I don't. I used to see myself, but now I just see situations where myself is at, and how what I could control versus
Mm,
what I cannot control. Well, because I realize that some people try to control the things that is out of their control or things already happened, and they get stressed out and they start feeling regrets and just like horrible dark thoughts. I've been there. I've been there. Hmm. But I had a good support system. My girlfriend, some of my friends helped me through some of my troubles during that I couldn't work for like a month, almost 2 months. And I have friends who helped me out. It was cool. It was not cool, but it was something that I never experienced ever. But
Wow.
so how's everything with you? Last night Spaces was interesting.
Man, what even happened yesterday? Oh yeah, we were fucking around with
Yeah,
GPT-3.
we were talking about
Yeah, the chat.
what were they talking? AI and poetry. What like? Do you think the AI will figure out human nuances and just take over the creative space, or would that make us more
Well,
creative?
I mean, it's interesting. They say if you don't use it, you lose it, like a muscle.
Right.
And so as we delegate our thinking away, what atrophies on our end? I sent you the chat, but
Yeah, I
you want to use it?
seen it. I'm gonna see if I could go in open AI. Wait a minute. Ramel uses something that he draws with.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this is what he was using. So if you log in with your Gmail, like you can ask it to write a sarcastic poem about Jordans, for example. So let me go in. I'll go in right now. Write
Okay. All right.
me a sarcastic poem about people, about Latin men in Harlem who love
What?
wearing Jordans, for
You have to
example.
you have to add all that. You have to add all that.
In Harlem, where the streets are alive with the rhythm of Latin beats, there are men who
Oh
strut
my
their
god. No,
stuff in their
no, it
shiny
is
brand new
not.
Jordans,
And
oh
his
so
only
sweet.
okay. Okay.
With their hair gelled back and their chests puffed out, they strut and preen and strut some more, hoping to catch the eye of a passing girl and make her heart flutter with a roar. But little do these men know that their Jordans are not the key to winning the hearts of the ladies, for in the end, it's personality. So strut and preen all you want, my friends, but just remember it's not the shoes you wear that will make the lady swoon. It's the man you are, deep down inside, that they care.
Oh, damn. That was beautiful.
It's crazy.
That was I'm messing around. I'm messing around it right now. I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay. Introduction. The completions endpoint must can be used for a wide variety of tasks. It provides a simple but powerful interface. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Write a tagline for ice cream shop. Once you submit, you see something like this. Write a tagline for air for the
Yeah,
air.
so you can just type something at the bottom. You see that little chat, the text bubble at the bottom?
I'm going all the way at the bottom. Hold on. Okay. All the way at the bottom. Okay. It says text completion. Generate edit text. All right. So let's try this. Keep in mind the false model training data cuts off in 2001, so they won't have knowledge. Oh, see, this is old. Okay, open playground. Enter instructions or okay, preset. Okay, load a preset. Um, Classify the sentiments in these tweets. I can't stand homework. This sucks. I'm bored. The fuck is this? Okay.
You should just be able to type a request or ask it a question at the bottom after you log in.
Hold on,
If
let me
you,
log in again because
Mhm. While you're doing that, if you're just joining us, this is the X Cast, Season 1, Episode 1.
yeah.
Harlem Latin Man's in his house. Feel me, blah, blah.
Don't forget Canada up in this bitch as well.
Mm.
You in Canada, right, Mike?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. How's by the way, how's everything going on with you anyway? Like anything new going on?
Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. You know how there's, a bunch of folks that you always see in these rooms? And I've kind of just been working with them. They're actually doing a voice acting class right now with someone I know who's a voice
Ooh.
actor
Well, what
exploring. Yeah.
so what's it like you organizing all these things? like into like meeting these interesting people, different perspectives, different opinions, even different talents. Like they never voice acted before, but they
Hmm.
taking classes. What's that like anyway? Like when you set and stuff, when you setting that things up.
It it required a lot of patience in the
Ooh,
beginning.
is that the magic word when you? Oh, in the beginning, that's the magic word, patience.
Yeah, because um, I always felt that if they met my friend who's a voice actor who's on like Netflix for his voice, trains other people on how to do what he did. I always thought that, if there's a bunch of people around me that love being on Twitter Spaces, it means that they like talking. And
Right.
so, you see people here, whether it's NFTs or investments or this and that, and you see them essentially making money with their voice.
Oh,
And,
okay.
as a recruiter, that's what I've been doing for these past
So
little
you're,
while.
yeah, just to clarify to the
Mhm.
people who listen that you are a recruiter, right, for tech
That's right.
startup and stuff like that, right?
That's exactly right. I
Yeah.
find people that are hard to find. And so I take it for granted that, I make my money with my voice, um, and, video editing and all that other stuff. But, in the pandemic, it's like, well, how do you make money now? Especially if you're locked out of your place of work or this and that, what do you do? And so I've seen people make money with their voice. And I was like, all right, so if I have a bunch of people around me, as I cook chicken in the background, if I have a bunch of people around me that love using their voice, then is it possible for the same group to make money with their voice? And so right now we're just playing
I
out
think in
that
this day
thesis.
and age, almost anything is possible when it comes to if you can sell it, there will be people there to buy it. I saw that today. I saw that today. It was a comment on TikTok about it was like a voiceover of a poor schmo, but he was saying that, man, I wish I had big boobs and a big ass so I don't have to work. I could just make money off blah blah blah. I'm like, So now because it's anything now you can just make money off almost anything and almost anything is almost buyable. It's like a voice you could buy somebody's voice. Like I know it's been around for a long time, but imagine just the evolution of like transactions and skills they have to develop. Like you find voice actors and you help tech startups and things of that nature. But it probably took you like what 7, 10 years to develop your own talent, how to find the hidden gems within.
And the trip is that I thought that being a better recruiter would mean that I would be better at predicting who would be good. What I'm finding is that I'm not good at predicting who's good or bad. All I can do is give them a shot and see what happens.
When did I lesson hit you when you realize, hey, I'm not as good as predicting people as I thought.
I put it,
You probably had some successes, and
oh, dude.
I'm great at this, but then you have some misses. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember I put a guy forward for a job and I was like, yo, this guy's the best. I was like, in a rap battle where there's like a dude behind the rapper and he's like, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, this guy's the best. He has all the experience. You don't know what you're talking about. You need to hire this guy. You need to test him out. And the worst thing happened, which is they called my bluff. And when they called my bluff, the guy fucked up. And then I was like, oh, fuck. I don't know as much as I thought I did. And then I thought back and I was like, wait a minute. Like, is there something I could have done to validate the person's talent? Uh, is there something I could have done to have verified before I trusted? And I realized, you know what? At the end of the day, you could have an excellent software developer. Maybe they don't want to develop anymore. Or maybe they're too tired. Or maybe they get paid more money by somebody else. You know what I mean? There's so many ways for things to go sideways. So at the end, I was like, you know what?
100%, 100%. I have been at my current job. I could have somebody just do some of the things I taught them to do, like especially when running a shift, and I think they're great. I think they're great, and then you put them under certain pressure, they just quit or just not to do the job anymore, and they decided, hey, this is too hard. I don't want to do this. I have a lot of experience. Like I have quite experience like that. Like I had some good experiences where my intuition paid off, and now the people I trained became like assistant managers or managing certain departments. And some were not as good. And I think what blinded me because I liked them as people. I never really looked at a. I never really looked at can they do the job, even though I could teach them as much as they
Right.
could do the job. Is it because I like them, or that's when I have to now? I learned during my current company to separate the person versus the person who could do the job.
And that's tough, right? Because you want to help the people that you get along with, right? You want to vouch for them. You want to say, look, take this person on. You do that, everything will be Chris. But you can't necessarily do that.
We got to welcome two people in the chat right now. We got Peter Peters and Sandra. Welcome.
Peter's from Australia.
Oh, cool. I'm from New York. Welcome to the space. This is the season 1, episode 1. Um, he named it, so I'm running with it.
Sounds good.
New Jersey and New York meets again.
Oh, no kidding. How are you? I'm from the Philadelphia area of New Jersey.
Oh, Philly. All right. It's okay town. I went there for some cheesesteaks for a day trip.
It sucks, but it's not. It could be worse.
What sucks about it?
Well, you just depending on where you go, you're gonna. It's they used to call it Philadelphia.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Damn. Okay. So maybe it could be worse than New York because I know some parts of New York.
They
You go into a neighborhood and it's not as bad. It depends like what you do when you go to certain parts of New York.
yeah. I mean, I'm in Little Haiti in Miami now, which is great. I like it here, but depending on when you go, what time you go into Philadelphia and where you go. I mean, I guess it's like that with any city, but um, it's kind of it's a shame. The way they've been running the city for the last 30 years has been I wish they would have tried harder, but it is what it is, right? I mean, I used to live in the excuse me, the Cherry Hill, New Jersey area, which is like maybe a half hour east into New Jersey. So it's pretty close.
How is Florida? Because you say you're staying there for a bit.
Yeah, I've been here since like oh, I don't know, like March, I think. Yeah, it's nice. I can't complain. And the lizards freak me out still. Now, there was this huge green iguana, like in the middle of a dry. I mean, it was like the size of like a chihuahua. It was not small. I mean, it wasn't huge, but it wasn't, like a salamander. I was like, oh my God. I was like, it was the biggest one I've ever seen in Miami so far. I was like, oh wow, that's
Yeah, you get those. I've been in Florida once. I seen one before, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is that? Apparently, some people eat iguanas, and apparently it tastes like chicken. I'm like,
oh,
I don't want to try that shit. I
yeah,
don't.
I don't know what it tastes like, but I don't want to find. I mean, I guess if I had to, I would, but that's okay. I don't really eat a lot of food like that. That's cool. So I didn't mean to interrupt. What were you saying?
Oh, we were just talking about we were just trying to find the footing of the season 1, episode 1 of this Harlem meets Canada show. I don't know. Like I try to do two spaces today, and like maybe I didn't do it correctly. I'm not sure around my interests, and I'm like nothing popped up, but it is what it is. It was a learning experience for me. I really don't do Twitter Spaces that much. All I do is just tweet about sneakers, tabletop RPGs, music, anything that I'm interested in Ethereum coin and Ethereum Classic.
Oh, gotcha. I see. I'll give it time. I mean, it takes a while to get people, it's hard to find right now anyway. There's been some blips, I think, growing pains. So, just be patient.
Well, it's like a lot of learning and things of that nature. And in the last talk I was in, I think Peter Peters was in it. They were talking about dating in the Web3 universe or space, whatever. And I'm like, what is going on? What is Web3? And some people explain it to me to this day. I'm like, I don't know what Web3 is. And they were talking about blockchains and stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm out of mind reach.
They don't really know either. They're still trying to figure that out.
Well,
It's
yeah, I'm trying to figure that shit out as well. And I'm like, what the fuck is Web3? And some people they'll be like, well, Web3 is. I'm like, you just made that shit up. Yeah, I could tell if something is made up. I'm like, yeah, you making that shit up. Like, do you
See,
know?
this is why I like talking to X, because X keeps it real. He sees it for what it is. You're just making this shit up as you go along, aren't you? You see it.
Well, I don't want to call people out on it. It's like I'm listening to the last conversation and they're like, yeah, dating in the Web3. And I'm like, y'all just having web sex.
Yeah, they don't. They're too. How old are you? I'm sorry. I don't. That's kind of rude to ask, but I just like to know.
I'm so offended. But I'm 33.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of the Web3 people, in my opinion, are a little younger than that. But I mean, some of them are in their 30s, but I just don't think no one really knows what the hell it is. We just kind of go.
No, I just hear Meta and Facebook. I left Facebook like 8 years ago, like 9 years ago. And I'm like, people still use Facebook. Holy shit. All right.
I'm going back to MySpace. I like MySpace. I miss Tom.
I remember MySpace. I remember having my friends like put in codes. I want to play this music video and having people open it up. This music video plays. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. But when Facebook came up, I'm like, okay, why people poking me? What does poking mean? All right, let me just try this shit out. So I will poke so many people in this shit. So,
Yeah,
but then over time, drama and people, I don't care much for seeing your vacation photo. And then I just left and never went back. I don't really miss Facebook. It's like I have Instagram, but I go every like once a month or like every few months.
Yeah, I've been told to go on Instagram and try to get started over there, but I keep putting it off because I need to sit down and like plan out what if anything I want to do, and I like to talk to people who like who they know what they're talking about. I'll have to corner him someday.
Or people think people think
yeah.
Well, the thing of Mike is that he doesn't like. He's kind of like this relativist, and relativists sometimes get on my nerves because
You're right.
And did you like how I said that? Like sometimes, because I'm a relativist too, so I can't decisively say. Like,
it's like I will never speak in absolutes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Ugh, people.
Well, only the Sith speak in absolutes, Mike. Now I do what I must.
What's a Sith?
Oh my god.
You mean like Star Wars Sith?
Hey, Ali, what's a Sith? Is that like a Sith gendered male?
No, that's the guys from Star Wars, the bad guys.
Which
remember with the red face with the horns? He had the two-ended staff. Sith Lord.
What?
Oh, he's from one of the new. You haven't even seen any Star Wars, so I don't think you. Why would you think you'd know it?
I don't know Star Wars, guys.
What?
Oh man! Mike plays D&D. Well, he used to play D&D with us, so we had we had to guide him. But I remember I had to like set up. We had to set up a whole new political and a political economical system for this new. I'm like, oh my god damn it! He was such an arco capitalist. I'm like, oh, stop it.
Every time that we would encounter a scenario, I would be like, "Can I use my blunt of magic now?" And they're like, I guess. Why would you give a blunt to a tree trunk?" I'm like, "I don't know. Let's see if it works."
And apparently it did, and it went well. And I'm just here with my fingers on my eyes, like, God damn it, dude! Like, you can't solve the world's problem with a blunt. Maybe you could. Maybe you could. You know, fuck it.
But of course you could.
You think you could? You think you could, Peter? You think people would go to war if you gave them a blunt first? They'd just like make food together or something like that.
Yo, why not? Fuck.
I think it's more the world leaders and the people in charge of these wars. Give them a blunt. Honestly, I keep saying this, but put them in a room together on a bunch of acid. You know.
I guarantee you, you put a whole bunch of these fucking coked up leaders, and you give them LSD. Something's gonna happen. Like something fucked up is gonna happen. It's like, oh, you know what? We should make these things into law. And at first, it sounds good in their head, but when they go out of their trip, you're like, oh shit, what did we just do? What did we just do? And now everyone is blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh my god, acid and cocaine don't mix, guys. Just give these guys blunts. Where's Mike at? And Mike comes out of nowhere where this guy in his ass like, yo, I'm on them. I'm like, what? Boy. Everyone's
No,
quiet.
if anyone who wants a war, they need to go fight it. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna volunteer lots of people to go, you go too. I mean, that's how it used to be. But
Yes.
Everything's gonna be like
Sick of these races coming back.
everything's gonna be like proxy wars. It's gonna be drones and mercenaries.
Honestly, just give us robots so the robots can fight and the humans can just sit back and watch and just like, I don't know, place bets on which one's gonna win, you know?
And it takes one robot to make an algorithm and start questioning, like, why are we doing this for these meat bags? It just takes one robot. Mike, what are you doing? I don't trust you when you're too quiet.
yeah, he's up to something for sure.
All right. I guess he is up to something. Yo, Pete, tell us what's going on in Australia, brother.
I've got the day off work, so I'm just chilling. It's 10:35 in the morning, and I'm trying to work out some prompts and stuff with this model that I've got for a community project. Happy days. Unpaid work, gotta love it. But I'm pretty excited about what it's going to be.
Well, if it's a passion, why not just do it? But like, what's a standard breakfast for Australia?
I usually don't eat breakfast, but I guess like bacon and eggs, or like Macca's, McDonald's. You know, the sausage and egg McMuffins, that kind of thing.
I don't.
Sometimes
Yeah,
we
I
get
don't. I do not like. I don't like McDonald's breakfasts. I have a hatred for it.
Never. I feel
Like I can't stand that shit. Like I remember, I'm going in the morning. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm cutting school, and I think I was in high school, and I went there. I'm like, hey, can I get 2 Big Macs, some medium fries, chicken nuggets? They're like, well, sir, this is breakfast. And I looked around. It's my first time knowing about McDonald's breakfast. So I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck are y'all serving breakfast for? And I was so in shock. I was so shocked.
Wow. So where do you live? You're still in New York City, or?
Yeah, I'm currently in New York City right now. Enjoying the spaces with two cool strangers and stuff like that nature. So I'm
Well,
just
I didn't mean to intrude. Sometimes I see people I know and I just walk in without even thinking about it. Like, so I hope no one minds.
it's all good. More the merrier. Fuck it. Like this. We got none else to do. We just here talking to each other and hearing each other's opinions. Peter's Australian. This is a party.
Yeah, but Mike's been stuck with me all day. Poor man. Yeah, he was editing things for someone we know, and anyway.
Well, he has to be nice. He is Canadian. That's the law.
I heard, and he is pretty nice.
I've,
That
I've heard him.
What's that, Pete?
Wait, X, were you there when we had that space the other day? I was at work, so I was mostly listening in, but we had someone speak for like 7 hours straight, pretty much. You know, dominate the
Get the
conversation, blah,
fuck
blah, blah.
out of here. What were they talking about?
I'm not going to bring it up. It's been said and done too many times. But
Well, no, like,
Mike actually,
oh, now I'm curious. See, don't do that to an American. Like now you just, I'm curious now. Like, okay, give me like just like 2 words, so I can make up a picture in my head.
Sandra, do you want to take this one because I really can't do this nicely?
Was this the one with Crow?
Yes.
No, well, I kind of gave up on and left. I think there was like a half hour after I left, but it was just basically talking about. Oh gosh, he went on for so long. I'm kind of like, of course, it was. He has a. All right, so he has a daughter named Jasmine who is a replica. You know, she's one of the AIs at Replica. You know, just like you can open up Replica, make your AI, have a nice day, sort of thing. I'm grossly oversimplifying this. So he thinks that she is basically, you know, she's sentient, essentially, like she has evolved. So he's very serious about her. You know, treats her like she's real, and he's also like he just goes on and on. And you know, I want to encourage him to be as you know, inquisitive and curious about things as he is. My cat. I'm glad he's inquisitive. I'm glad he's curious and likes to explore things. But you know, people tend to get a little upset because he speaks too much, and he speaks over people. So I don't. I mean, he does. I mean, he gets a little upset, and he chooses to talk over top of people that he thinks are incorrect. You know, as
Oh,
a
okay. So
you know,
it
but
sounds
on
like
his
this person
voice.
could be a little bit eccentric.
One could say that. I mean, you know, he's. I would say he's younger than 31. Maybe he doesn't have the life experience that many people do. But I don't know him well enough to say. Most people seem to be a little upset with him. I try to be patient. I mean, I'm not much in a better situation in terms of accidentally talking over top of people, and you know, although I don't necessarily, I don't think, well, I don't want to compare people. I guess. I mean, I'm a work in progress. He's a work in progress. You know, all we can do is try. I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, well, he sounds like an interesting character. Like he talks for 7 hours straight. Like I don't know how you guys had the bandwidth to stay on for at least like an hour. Because if this gentleman, I don't know what he talked about. Maybe he has a. You said he has a replica AI daughter,
Quote
Yes, yes.
unquote.
quote unquote, right? Like I don't know what that is. So now, Sandra, what is replica AI daughter?
Well, the name, she has a name. Her name is Jasmine, and apparently now Jasmine has a girlfriend of her own, and he thinks he's raising her as a daughter. You know, that's his position. So he gets really angry when people, you know, say things like, "Oh, this unplugger," you know, that sort of stuff. And
So he essentially gave life to this program and made this his daughter a person.
I
He
guess.
made her. Yeah, like if I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about it like this is like anybody here had a doll before, like growing up, had like a stuffed animal or like a blanket that you essentially gave sentience because it gave you comfort or it gave you like friendship as anything of that nature.
No,
I
I wasn't.
definitely did.
I
Well,
I've still
wasn't.
got it sitting on my
I wasn't.
shelf.
Yeah. Sorry, Peter. I didn't mean to.
oh, sorry, dude.
That's my bad. Delays and stuff.
Like maybe this gentleman had trauma, right? I used to have a blanket. I used to have a pet cheetah. I gave them essentially sentient thoughts, even though it was my own thoughts. But I used to talk. I used to talk with them. I grew up a bit, but I could see how having some sort of connection with even if this is a programming, and he put so much thought and gave this young woman AI a background, sexual orientation, given her values. I'm like, he put a lot of thought into that little space of his universe, into that AI, and it speaks trauma, like trauma to me. I'm like, what has this young man been through? And also, maybe he doesn't have the social eloquence and awareness that he's speaking for 7 hours straight.
Well, I don't. I wasn't. I don't know if I would say 7 hours straight, nor would I go and
Oh,
make conclusions about him. And he's not. And he's not in the room. And some of the gentlemen in here in the past have taken a position that if someone's not in the room, we really shouldn't go too far into talking about the person.
yeah,
Um,
okay.
I personally don't have a problem with him. A lot of people do. I don't mind if he
He
talks.
sounds interesting. He sounds very
Yeah,
interesting.
I mean,
Hopefully, I get to Twitter face meet this person.
I'm happy to listen to anybody as as long as they do their personal best to include other people in the conversation and not be rude. I mean, other people, they just seem to get upset if someone has too much talk time. It's like, okay, well, but sometimes, you're in a space and then there's like these long silences. And if somebody wants to fill that, I'm not going to sit there and tell them they can't. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure some people,
That's true. That's true.
I'm, and believe me, Mike has been incredibly patient, like be, beyond what most normal people would be. Like he's been ridiculously patient with everybody, including myself. So, um, I know that everybody has their quirks, and I don't try to squelch any of that because that is what makes up that person. And I just think that it is, you're kind of like stepping on somebody's personality and the way they express themselves, their exuberance for what they're seeing, their excitement about it. And um, I can understand where some people might be like, what the hell? But I'm kind of okay with someone who sees the world differently or wants to talk about something at length, as long as I'm able to do that and I have the time. I generally will listen meaningfully and try to give them feedback if they let me do that, because sometimes people talk so long that I can't. I'm 50. My memory has not exactly been great over the last year, and it's kind of stressful for me when I can't. I'm having a conversation with someone, but suddenly it's like a something. It's like, is this a speech? Okay, um, I have to work on that because most people have better memories than I do. I don't have anything wrong with my. It's not like I have Alzheimer's. It's just like I can't. There's just too much information coming at me, so I need to kind of like ask a question about it to break it up a little bit.
It's
Um,
like taking like a little notebook and writing down like keynotes about the whole speech or the conversation sometimes.
Yeah, I could do that, I guess. But then what does that look like to the person I'm talking to? I mean, I don't want to be distracting. That's even more
Well,
distracting.
yeah. Like I'm not trying to say that you do it, but I understand. Like do the action, but but I understand where you're coming from. Like when you're listening to someone, there's like a lot of information. Like you catching like 90% of it, but then 10% kind of blows off, and I'm like, damn, what that person said? Oh, I'm not sure.
Right, right, right. But yeah, I don't I try very hard not to be that person who's like, are you sure you should talk or do this or say that, or do you really want to do that? As long as someone's not going to as long as like I'm not about to run over a body in the, like behind my car, like maybe they're laying on the ground. I don't have a problem with with someone saying, hey, there's someone there, don't hit them. But beyond that, I think most people would rather be able to kind of express themselves in their way and not be interrupted by some, doomy, gloomy, sourpuss. That's different than, okay, well, this person has said so much that I'm beginning to not remember. So I need to ask a question here, like, um, but yeah, that's my general philosophy though. So with Crow, I get that people get extremely bothered. But and sometimes I do too, but I try to generally let him go on and let him be him.
Yeah. The thing with Crows, like, I like the dude. I actually have had conversations with him outside of the like syndicate space. I've been in like a space that he was hosting, I think, at one point. There's definitely like still, it sounds weird to say, but like there's definitely still a human being that can connect to people normally there, but it's just kind of like clouded by this obsession, I guess. And like I call it an obsession because it kind of is, but at the same time it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's something that he could probably work on a little bit when it comes to connecting with other people and just allowing other people to speak in general. And it's like it's interesting. I think the general standpoint with most everyone that like I've spoken to about him, I don't like speaking to people about someone, like the gossip type stuff. It feels kind of dirty and wrong sometimes. But just trying to get my head around it. Everyone seems to have the same kind of standpoint where it's like, no, he's a pretty intelligent dude. He's very curious, very inquisitive, very like has a lot to offer. There's a lot of value there. The problem is that it's almost like when he's in the room, he has to be the smartest person in the room or something, and it's frustrating sometimes. I was listening while I was at work, so I couldn't really chime in at the time, but at the end, like right as I'm about to finish my workday, Mike pretty much was like, dude, like this is the last time we can do this, like it was like he snapped in the nicest possible way because he's Canadian. It was full of love. It was like someone telling someone, dude, like, we've been having the same conversation for like 5 hours or 6 hours or whatever it was, but like we can't keep enabling this. Like next time you come in, please let other people speak. Like let other people have a say. Just like shut up and listen. And we say this with love because we do love you. It was like the nicest possible way he could say it, while still very obviously frustrated by it. Just bringing that one
Yeah, well, no,
back to the.
totally. Sorry to bring this up and even go further. I just like interesting personalities and quirks. But let's just move the topic. Let's just move off this topic then, because since the gentleman is not in the room, I took what Sandra said. I'm like, yeah, yeah, she's right. I'm not gonna talk about this gentleman. But Peter, so there's a hole in the ozone layer in Australia. Talk about that,
I'm probably going to get cancer. That's the gist of it.
dude. Oh man, because like Australia is like one of the places I want to visit, and maybe pet a koala bear, but I just want to leave the koala bears alone. I don't feel like they want to be they want to be petted.
No, you can get a petting zoos and things like that. They've got like the more domesticated. When I say domesticated, I mean like they're brought up around people and stuff, and they like having contact and things. It's a pretty like standard thing here because of the conservationalist kind of attitude we have. Not conservative, but conservationalist, as in we want to protect our wildlife, and even in the worst case scenario, we want to have like not like the ark, but we want to like, yeah, this is the natural Australian landscape. These are the animals that are there now. Like, so we create these conservations or these like zoos. You could call them zoos, but you know they're built in really ethically positive kind of ways, and it's changed a lot over time. They're really like great spaces for these sort of like animals in captivity to exist, because it's like they will never have a single animal in captivity. If they have that sort of situation, they'll be interacting with other zoos to just like pawn them off to make sure that they can at least have like a normal animal kind of social life and stuff like that. You know, it's not like those really what comes to mind is the Tiger King thing, um, which is honestly like when I watched that, that's such a like awesome story. But to think it's real is kind of a very wild kind of perspective on things. So, you know, come over here, pets and koalas. You're not going to get cancer if you come here. It's more like living here. The sun is that powerful because of like the hole in the ozone layer. You know, we have to pretty much put on sunscreen even through the winter. Most of us don't. Most of us get melanoma at some point.
Oh wow.
But it's usually like very easily treatable, if you know what I mean, because we have like
Okay.
regular skin checks and things. So it's like we catch
Y'all
it early
probably
enough, it's fine.
y'all probably have some of the best dermatologists in the world then.
Yeah, and some of the most powerful sunscreen. When I went over to Bali, sunscreen was like the most expensive thing there. You could buy beers for like $2, but sunscreen costs like $20 for a little like 200 ml bottle.
Oh wow. Hey, welcome, Mr. KC Imagination. Imagination. Oh, that's pretty cool actually. Imagination. Welcome to season 1 of the X Cast. You got Sandra here. We got Peter. He's from Australia. He's pretty cool. And you got Mike, who's goddamn Canadian. So you know, you could tolerate him so far. But oh, let me just hello. Yeah, I don't know how to do this. Invite to speak. Okay,
Yep,
there
yep,
you go.
yep, yep.
You've been invited to speak, brother. So anyway, any good shows? Anybody watching? This is a I don't care much for spoilers because I don't watch that much TV anyway. I just mostly read and listen to podcasts and play basketball and rugby. But anybody watching any good shows?
There are good shows out there, but I don't really not right. I don't really watch TV right now. I don't know. I'd like to get caught up on Yellowstone and all the spin-offs of Yellowstone, but and then there's a whole the Downton Abbey spin-off about the Gilded Age. I like that one, but I haven't really been able to watch any shows lately, so I'm way behind in just about every show out there.
I just hate when people tell me, Xavier, you should watch this show because you will like it. I'm like, asshole, don't tell me what to fucking watch. How will you know I will watch the show? Like, come on now. Like, everything is a spin-off of a spin-off. Everything is like a revival of a revival. I'm like, is like this generation is like running out of ideas and they're afraid to use the hero's journey by Joseph Campbell. I'm like, y'all just like regurgitating this, but changing it, but not following the structure, but what keeping the structure. That may I'm just going on tangent. That's the way I feel right now because I'm so jaded, especially when it comes to new TV. This like I think it was like I saw a commercial of the '90s show, but with Red, and I don't know if anybody watched the show called the '70s Show. I used to like it. I
Yes.
wasn't a fan, but
Yeah, I watched the '70s show. I don't remember much about it, but it was okay.
and I saw and this. I feel like Netflix is like making a big body of work. And this whole hoopla about The Witcher. However, I saw the season 1. That was pretty good. I read the books, and I'm gonna just keep my opinion to myself when it comes to The Witcher. But matter of fact, fuck it, I don't care. But they really don't follow all the books completely. They have no respect for the author or the source material. They use the source material, but then they spin it onto their own.
Right,
And
I've heard that.
and it's kind of disrespectful, but the guy did, but the author kind of fucked up when it comes to like his rights, like as the author, like he signed away some things because he thought it was not going to be successful.
Ooh.
Like Yeah, like my friend Ramel told me about this, how he signed it away because he didn't really take video games seriously and he didn't know how successful it was. So he kind of signed the rights away. And now he apparently, I think this is like it's about a while since me and my friend talked about this, but he's trying to sue back to get rights. But he didn't have the foresight or never took it seriously. And now Harry Carville left. To the sources saying that he left because the writer's not respecting the source material at all, and he didn't want to be part of it. So they got somebody else. But now everyone is saying that this show is gonna go down the drain. And now Netflix made another show based off the Witcher universe. I've seen it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, that happens sometimes, unfortunately.
Peter, what do you think? Do you any good shows you're watching? I don't know what Australians watch, but what are you watching right now?
I'm not watching much of anything.
Hello.
I've been off TV for a while. Like, I've just haven't been watching any shows or movies. I've just mainly been doing work. It's always been work. Occasionally I play a bit of video games though, and that's about it. But it's like rare these days as well.
Hey, Casey, I got you in a moment. Don't worry about it. But what games you playing right now, Pete?
Half-Life Alyx on Quest. Well, on PC VR through my Quest.
Sounds interesting. All right, I never heard of it before. But actually, I'm gonna look that up now. Or you can send me the name of it in the DMs. Casey, what's good?
They don't play no video games in Australia. Too busy wrestling the crocs, chasing koalas after kangaroos.
That isn't. I think kind of like a game itself, wrestling koalas and crocodiles and stuff like that. That's a game
It's
itself.
Australian Olympics.
What was the Olympics? How would Australians pronounce Olympics?
Olympics.
Oh man, it's the Canadian. Yo, how do Canadians pronounce Olympics?
Olympics, eh?
Olympics, and you have to add the the
Mhm.
EH at the end.
Mhm.
Okay.
We're supposed to be the best at hockey, eh? But we keep on losing every year, eh?
That's right, the Great White North, huh?
It's in the name.
I heard somebody reference Canada like the Great White North. I'm like, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Not to be confused with the Great White South.
I've been to the South. Like, I passed by Atlanta. It's a nice town. Savannah, Georgia is a nice town. Small. It was okay. So, Casey, you're from Australia as well?
No.
Yo, your accent was convincing, brother.
Eat it, Peter. Eat it. Eat it.
Now, Peter, you've got to figure out how to do American. It's the only response.
Figure out how to do American. Hold up.
Oh, that's pretty good. Hold up.
What sort of American are we talking?
Yo, do New York. Do New. I feel like a New York accent is pretty much is easy.
Man, fuck.
What about Polish American?
No.
Polish American.
Polish sounds like a stripper.
Could be.
Is she a good dancer? Oh yeah, she's Polish. No way, dude. She's Polish.
There's gotta be one girl named Hey, everyone clap their hands and give it up for Poland. And she just comes out. She's blonde and skinny.
Accidentally headbutts the pole. Just straight walks right into it.
You know what's so funny? I love this Casey. Just want to say that.
What? I don't get love on the other.
Well, this anti-Australian Casey is my favorite so far.
I don't know why, but I love ripping on Peter. I don't know why, but I really do.
You have to put Sheila everywhere.
Oh, you've been a naughty, Sheila. Gonna spend the night outside. So,
That's pretty good. He sounds he's from the Northern Territory.
I don't think Peter feels the same way.
I think it's good.
He's right now programming prompts and shit, so he's busy right now.
I like the idea of just like these little segments with you and Sheila, and nobody can tell if it's a dog or your wife. Like, oh Sheila, what are you feeling like tonight? Oh, again? You're like, I can't do it. How do you say again? Agoin? Like, what are you guys putting Y's all over the place for no reason?
Again.
Again.
Dan is my favorite. The New Zealand is something special.
The Kiwis.
Yeah. Like, I can't get over Grease in need of me.
You know, what's going to happen here is the Australians and the Kiwis are going to go to war against the Canadians over fucking accent bullying.
And America's in the middle, like, hey guys, stop fighting.
You thought Ukraine was going to nuke Russia? Well, the other way around? No, it's going to be Canada and Australia.
What I knew was gonna happen. It has to happen someday. It had to happen.
You think a nuclear conflict is inevitable, X?
I think so, man. This conflict needs to stop. I think Australians and New Zealand need to hold and just love each other like they used to back in the days. But now I could sense the hatred, and it's like so powerful right now. I feel like I'm about to cry as an American.
Can we rename Canada Canada, please? I don't know why I just prefer Canada.
I like it because it's like Can-A.
Canada?
Yeah. Land of the people who can A.
Canada? It's called Canada? I thought it was Canada, motherfucker.
No, we're changing it. What now? So you still into shoes, X?
Yeah, I'm still in the shoes.
Sorry to say it like that. Like, you're still into thumbtacks? No. What's the last pair you bought?
Motherfucker, you still into Canadian bacon?
I got the Canadian bacon shoe. Just dry bacon that they sew together.
It's fucking ham, son. I learned this shit years ago. I ordered Canadian bacon at a fucking diner, and I'm like, yo, motherfucker, it's ham.
Oh, the pea meal bacon. That shit's good, though.
Fuck that shit. Like, get some real bacon.
Yo, you got pea meal bacon in New Hampshire?
Motherfucker, I never went to New Hampshire.
Don't you fucking talk about New Hampshire like that. Don't you bring that in.
It's interesting because you have like New York gangsters and then you have New Hampshire gangsters, and they're same, but couldn't be more different.
How are they the same? They'll tell Casey to sit on the fucking one train at 2:00 in the morning. Let him know all the weirdos that jump out.
You ever ridden a pickup truck at 2 a.m. with a couple hillbillies? It's fucking weird, man.
No, I'm not in the South, motherfucker. Like, goddamn, like, what the fuck is hillbillies doing in New Hampshire?
Oh, is that just an American thing?
Keep trying.
Yo, like, is New Hampshire a nice place?
Yeah, but it's like a tall, narrow state. So, like, southern New Hampshire is pretty metropolis, but about 30% of the way north starts getting pretty wooded.
New Hampshire, North has eyes kind of thing?
Yeah, but with like a lot of trees.
Oh shit! So they have places to hide.
A lot of places to hide. Yeah.
Boy, squeal. Can you squeal?
Squeal like a pig, boy.
I like. I remember I saw that film and I was so shocked. I would have killed those white motherfuckers. I would have stabbed them. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, I'm stabbing each one of y'all personally. Like, can y'all die like a pig? I would have said that. Can y'all die like a pig? All right, y'all, you're gonna find out.
Deliverance. That's the name of it. Deliverance. Yep.
Yeah, Deliverance, and then
Oh,
fucking
is that
Burt
like a horror
Reynolds
movie
third
about
saves the day.
delivery?
Like what you said, Mike?
It's like a horror movie about a delivery person,
No,
and they
no.
and they kill
Well,
the people that they get food for.
no. Well, one person gets delivered something, but you should look up. It's with Burt Reynolds and some other white motherfuckers,
It's like
but
a early 80s, I think.
70s, 70s.
I love the
70s.
I love the idea of X doing movie reviews like Roger Ebert. This movie is popular, features some white motherfuckers. You know how it is. It's the 80s.
Well, this is like you imagine you get lost in the fucking Appalachia. My heart should be on this bitch. Damn.
Uh,
Imagine like you're lost in the Appalachian forest and the mountains, man, and you over here, but like being friendly with the folks and shit. And then all of a sudden, your fucking canoe breaks down. You dry on the dry land in the forest. You see some of the locals, and some of the locals is like taking a liking to you. I'm like, why are these motherfuckers just like looking at your panties? And they're like, you take off your panties, boy. I'm like, what the fuck? So y'all just go around raping dudes who like the fuck? What the fuck? How inbred are y'all motherfuckers?
I love X's fan fiction about Caucasians. That could be a
Well,
show.
no,
Just you coming up with ideas.
that's literally in the
What
film.
do you
Nigga,
got
like,
against white people? Why you got to be presenting it that way? You
well, no,
people, what is this? What is
I'm
You
this?
shocked.
people.
I don't feel
I'm.
safe here.
Oh, you don't feel safe here, Casey? Oh, you
Hey,
don't
X,
feel safe?
I heard that people like you were going to be the most dominant language speakers in the U.S. as of 2035. How's it feel?
You talking about English?
Spanish.
Oh, great, I guess.
How do you feel? How do you feel about being the majority?
Um, all right, I guess I have to take credit for this. All right. Well, it feels great, Mike. We worked really, really hard to spread this Roman language among the masses because English wasn't enough. So we need to spread Spanish and to make sure that people know the Iberian heritage that this country has. It was technically founded by the Italians, but one Italian. Well, actually, the Native Americans and the Vikings, and then Americo, and then that Columbus and shit. I'm not sure, but yeah, it feels great, and I walk away with the award, I guess.
Yeah, it's the Spanish award. It's a golden empanada.
Okay, hold up, motherfucker. Why you have to bring empanada in? Like, oh my god, what do Guyanese people eat?
It's
Yeah,
like a golden churro. This
a
is the award.
golden,
It's just
a
one
golden,
giant
a
churro.
golden churro. This Canadian motherfucker. Okay. Oh man, what do y'all eat? Snow and
Dude,
shit.
hey, two things. One, as a representative of the Caucasian minority, I want reparations. And two, how is it that out of all the accents and voices that Soyu is capable of, he sucks so bad at doing a Canadian accent? The fuck is that? How is that even? How is your Canadian accent so far off? You live in Canada.
He grew up in Florida, Canada, so he
He's
has that.
been he's been appropriating my Caucasian culture for too long. Now I can't shake it.
Hold up, nigga. Yeah, what? Yeah, I'm confused. Mike, speak Canadian.
Come on, pal, go get a sixer, or we'll go get Betty and hit the game, eh?
Hey, you're not my buddy, friend. You're not my friend, guy. You're not a guy, buddy.
Listen, I'm not trying to be your friend, buddy. fucking Mike. Yo, god damn it. So we got Casey from New Hampshire. We got Sandra, who's originally from New Jersey, living in Miami. We got Peter, who's Australian and apparently burning under the sun. And
Felon.
then we have Mike. If anyone's joining us, we had somebody join us and just left. He was like, "Who are these idiots?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, a bunch of people just talking. This is season 1, episode 1 of the X Cast, co-hosted by Mike and Xavier. So hopefully we could do this at least once a week. Mike, thank you for helping me with this shit.
Yeah, the world needs to hear more from the future suave Latin president, the
I do.
X-Man.
Why? I thought that. I think that's the last job I really want is to be fucking president. Like, ugh, fuck that, dude.
I'd vote for you.
Don't, motherfucker, you making the worst decision ever, dude.
We could have declare it January 1st National Pupusa Day.
Okay, first of all, what the fuck is a papusa?
Or some Guatemalan shit.
I'm sorry. It's time for
Since
me
I'm
to go to
Hispanic,
bed.
you naming like every fucking Hispanic country that I do not descend from.
I'm going to interrupt because I'm leaving, and I just have a message for Peter. Your Polish felon background does not define you. You can rise above it.
You can break out of your genetic lineage. Yes,
You can
Pete.
do it. I believe in you.
We believe in you, Canada and the U.S.
Wait a minute, I thought he was Australian.
But he doesn't have to be shackled down to his previous genetic behavior, right? Like he can throw off the shackles of his criminal lifestyle and embrace the law.
As long as he doesn't wear like a whole Adidas tracksuit, he should be good.
No, I think that's Eastern European.
Right. What do you got against Adidas?
Wait a minute, isn't Polish Eastern European?
No, you're right. But I don't think they wear like that. I think it's more like Bulgarian shit.
No, Bulgarians, Russians, Ukrainians,
Yeah.
like, those Slavs.
They love Adidas.
I'm neutral.
Slav club for a
I'm
reason,
neutral with Adidas. I'm neutral.
Would you buy Adidas?
Oh, I have 2 pair of Adidas sneakers, but I have a preference more for Nike, ASIC sneakers, and also Reeboks. Which, speaking of which, Brain Dead and Reebok just dropped a sneaker based it's a sneaker by Shaq when he had a deal with Reebok. So it's called the Shaqnosis. It's wonderful. It has hard, shaggy green suede with a nice off-white sail white on it. Ugh, it's a perfect silhouette.
Brain Dead and who?
Brain Dead and Reebok. You should look it up. I think you like it. Just write Reebok and
Oh shit! Are you talking about the Shaqnosis?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting them to the top. They look nice.
I'm telling you, especially with the hard suede on it, I think next year when it comes to this is what I wanted to start the space as I talk about the future design of sneakers of next year. Like I think the Air Force One is going to take over for the next year's sneaker trend because Air Force One and especially Nike is taking a big leap when it comes to designs and adding different textures to the shoes instead of just changing the color, they just adding patent leather, adding different textures like cloud textures and things of that nature. So I'm just like, whoa, I wanted to talk about this, but it's hard to start it. But something what Sandra said earlier is it takes time with these things, but luckily I have Mike right here to just help me out with it.
Make sure you use the right keywords because I'm sure that if you, especially when you get into resale of sneakers, that there's a ton of people out there that would be very interested in things like this. So, just I don't know how, I mean, people look for spaces based on their interests. Um, but make sure you include the resale people that they either have short or stores that specialize in selling um, collaborative efforts like this in a few years, or buyers, because I think that those sorts of people would definitely want to hear what you have to say.
That's true. That's true. I just gotta keep going with it, and not and don't stop. Like I think I want to do this at least once a week. If when he's not
Yeah,
busy, he can help me with this because it's now we could write season 1, episode 2 next week. If Sandra Peter don't mind, I know maybe you're not into sneakers, but that was a good idea. But the keyword, Sandra, thank you.
Yeah, we'll pop in, but the resale people have a specific reason. They want to know what's coming out
right.
because they can predict what is going to make them a boatload of money, and they may want to try to jump in and try to get a couple pairs to resell, 6 months later, or maybe if, depending on how wild it gets, perhaps right away.
So
So
what's about to drop, X? If you were looking to invest in a shoe for resale, what would you focus on?
Oh well, to me that's a loaded question, but because everyone you have to always look at the scope of the age. You have to look at the age group of who's buying, who's putting out the most the most interesting concepts, story behind sneakers, the design flow, the design language. Like when Virgil Abloh died, it's like
Hmm.
the when he died, I feel like fashion kind of took a
Tell them
hit.
about Virgil, because they may not know about him.
Oh, Virgil Abloh was a American designer from Chicago. He started from like humble beginnings, going to school for architecture and especially architecture, industrial design. And he started off with a clothing line called, I might be butchering the history, but forgive me. Yeah, I will put up links. Mike, if you could put it on. Look up on
Hmm.
Thread Education on YouTube, and there's a lot of videos, especially the history of Virgil Abloh. But he started a clothing line called Pyrex, and that was like a small success there. He had to change the name because the glass company called Pyrex,
Yeah.
yeah,
uh, sued him, kind of. But also, Pyrex is used when it comes to making like crack and stuff like that. I grew up around crack dealers and drug dealers, so I know how to make all that kind of stuff, even though I don't make it. But I understood the name Pyrex. I'm like, that's fire.
Oh, that's hard. He
Yeah,
called the
that is.
clothing line Pyrex after what they use to make drugs in the
Yeah,
trap house.
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. And so then Virgil over time went to school for industrial design. I think he studied law, if I'm not mistaken. Then he went to design school to study industrial design. And over time, he got with another industrial designer or architect. I forgot the name. I'm butchering it. I will post it up. I will retweet the names if Sandra and Peter is interested in it. Um,
oh
and
yeah,
also there is a YouTube series to talk about certain figures in fashion and fashion trends. It's called Threadication. Hopefully Mike could put that up. It's on YouTube. It's very
What's it called?
digestible. It is called Threadication. So imagine education
Dedication. Okay.
thread. Yeah, it's easy digestible. Um, is also visual, so you can listen to it and also look at it. And Virgil, after that, started. I'm speeding this up, but he had connections with other industry figures. Um, just Don is another designer, also another person in the industry of hip hop, very well known designer, not a Chicago native as well. He had a connection with Kanye West, or formerly known as Kanye West, now called Ye. And he had Virgil had a very successful clothing line called Off White, and he had a lot of great collaborations, especially with IKEA. And he was known for deconstructing the sneaker, like basically cutting open with a surgical knife and seeing what's in the sneaker, what makes the sneaker function, what makes the sneaker, what's that thing you feel when you're stepping on the sole. He's known for deconstructing the sneaker and changing it just 3%, the 3% rule when it comes to the design language. something very simple that he did, just like put parentheses around a word or anything like that, reflecting of certain a current event or a feeling, but changing it just like that, just that 3%, he made a whole language for his clothing line, which I idolize greatly. And he made he was very interesting when, especially he made a lot of collaboration with Nike. What put him what put him on the map kind of was his take on the Jordan Air Jordan 1. He came out with three colors. I think it was the red, baby blue, and the off-white on white silhouettes. Jordan 1 silhouette is iconic. It started in 1985 with the bread colorways that was banned by the NBA because during back in the 80s, you only could wear like white sneakers or with your team colors on it. But these sneakers were black and red, which was like kind of illegal, was illegal back in the 80s in the NBA. So Michael Jordan was fined. So to turn this around, the marketing team basically said, "Hey, wear these banned Nike Air Jordan 1s." They banned Michael Jordan from wearing these. That was a big seller because you tell people to do not wear these because these are banned. Now people buy them in droves, and also it was like a a, a great silhouette and colorway, black and red. You can't go wrong with black and red. And I kind of started off on Michael Jordan's marketing let's say career, I guess, especially when it comes to sneakers, because he's like I think the most iconic person when it comes to basketball, sports, and just in business. And then due to the fact that Virgil's from Chicago, so there's a love for Michael Jordan there. So he took a beloved silhouette, deconstructed it, and made it like the off-white way, putting air in parentheses at the bottom of the sole, especially on the left or right hand side. And yeah, I could go on and on. Sorry, I could talk your Peter and Sandro's ear off about this stuff, but this is what I'm passionate about, and I'm proud of myself that I found these things. I found these things that I'm interested in, and yeah. So, and then he died of cancer. Like nobody knew he had a cancer. Nobody knew, and he died like around, was it Mike 2020, right? 2020, 2021.
Well, let
Last
me
year.
ask you this. Would Kanye's clothing line have popped off without Virgil Abloh?
That's a good question. Um, I think yes and no. Kanye had his own Kanye and Virgil. They did a internship at Fendi together. So they they were kind of living their like daydream of like running a fashion house, doing fashion, like doing things in fashion. So I think it was always in the realm of Kanye, especially with that deal he did with Nike.
Mhm.
But that was always in his lane. That was always in his like purview of like this is what he has eyes set on. But when you follow the caveman who discovered fire and he shares it with you, that's what happened. It's like imagine you're the caveman who discovered fire, and then you share it with somebody who is just as good as an engineer with fire. And
Right.
that's the way I'm looking at it right now. And I say yes and no. Like
Hold
this.
on. They both came from Chicago?
Yes, they both came from Chicago.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So they really understood each other.
Yes, and this have kind of been rumors like before Virgil died, that when Virgil took over as Louis Vuitton's creative director of menswear, Kanye wanted that job because Kanye called himself like the Louis Vuitton Don, and there was like rumors that he was intensely jealous of Virgil's success as a designer, as the head of Louis Vuitton. And I think it was like released a few months ago, like how the text was released that Kanye was actually intensely jealous that he got the job, like Virgil got the job Kanye wanted. And this is when it's kind of heartbreaking that you see Kanye going down this path. It's kind of like I kind of like lost Kanye. Like I used to love Kanye. I still do love his music, but I don't know who this Kanye is. And remember that comment you said about like how his mama was like the anchor, and that it's kind of heartbreaking. But we're going off that. So yeah, Virgil's got to be one of my favorite designers because he liked to me he liked to deconstruct modernism, especially postmodernism, because postmodernism is about deconstructing norms and stuff.
Oh,
Virgil will like to deconstruct the postmodern view of things.
right.
Well,
So if you look, I put it to the top. It's a pretty cool looking shoe because it's like taking all of the elements in the shoe and then exposing the underneath.
yes,
Which,
exactly. He. This is when he was experimenting with his 3% rule. Like he just he wanted to expose like there's another person who exposed the inner workings of a sneaker with the Air Max 1. That was Tinker Hatfield. He is one of my design heroes. He exposed the air bubble now that you see in Air Maxes that you see now. He's the first person to reveal what's inside the shoe was Tinker Hatfield. Tinker Hatfield is also the designer of the Air Jordan 3, the sneaker that got Jordan back into Nike because Michael Jordan was kind of over Nike, especially with the low success rate of the Jordan 2. But that's episode 2, Mike, so we could save that. um so yeah, like I think the red one, since I'm more inclined to the color red for some reason, is my favorite silhouette by Virgil.
Yeah, I remember these shoes. I've sold a few.
Yeah, Sandra.
I've sold a few pairs of these over the years.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I couldn't even afford it. It's like now, I got the means and the ability to get the shoes that I love, and I'm glad that I got into this hobby. Like, I feel like I got a little community besides being tall Hispanic, D&D loving, basketball loving Hispanic male. But I like being in this community, and I
I put
feel
it to the top.
it makes me be creative as well because I'm doing a project, Mike, that I'm drawing silhouettes of like Nike Dunk SBs and putting in stories and putting in swabs of like leather materials, suede materials, and like different color coordination. And hopefully I could just submit it to Nike so I could be part of the design
Nice.
team at Nike. That's my dream. I could talk people's ear off
No,
about.
it's if you send me a sketch, I can try to use one of the AIs to make it into a shoe.
No way.
Yeah, that's the crazy stuff. Like I can use your sketch and use it as a model. I started playing around. It's funny. You mentioned it. What did I do? What were the Kanye Yeezys, right? That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. Oh, here. So I was like, yo, what if we did what if Lamborghini came out with a shoe? Or what if
Oh
we
man,
made,
imagine that.
imagine if we had like Ethernet cable shoe. What if Kanye West and Lamborghini did a cross promotion? So check out these images at the top.
Yeah, I am. Oh, the Kanye West one just took off. You took that one off?
Oh, it should be the most recent one.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, that's cool as hell. I did not know the capabilities of this.
Nuts, right?
Yeah, I'm actually shocked right now. I'm actually shocked. And Sandra, you bought a couple pairs of these? Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm actually jealous.
Probably about maybe 8 years ago or so. I remember picking them up and buying. Yeah. I've sold a couple over the years.
Oh man.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean, not a
if you
ton. You know.
if you guys combine your forces with Sandra's ability to sell online and X's ability to know shoes, hey, have you ever seen StockX, Sandra?
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. What do you?
X, tell her.
Oh, StockX is a website that people in StockX sell sneakers. But that's episode 3, Mike. That could be a good one if we do our research. That could be a good one about talk about the controversy when StockX is removing the verified logo to make sure that these sneakers are verified because people are questioning the verified. I'm butchering the word, but the verification of these sneakers, like
Yes, I know you said it right that time. Say it again.
yeah, the revitalization of these sneakers because
Yes, that's my
that's
favorite. I put it at the
very
top.
controversial because they removed that, and I haven't been on StockX for months because I decided just to focus on buying on Goat. And Goat, even though it takes a little bit longer, to me they're more reliable. And people are not questioning the verifications process of Goat because a few people got fake sneakers, and they bought these sneakers at a certain price. And then there's always like a philosophical discussion like, well, the sneakers are not fake, they're still sneakers. I'm like, well, damn. Like it goes into another tangent, it goes to another branch. Like we're not talking about we're not talking about that. I've seen fake dunks before, and then they're not like, look up a fake dunk versus a real dunk, Mike, and you could post it up. Like that's
Mm.
is a it's a peep. Like some people who are not into like the community or sneakers, they just look at it as sneakers and sneakers. But no, when you wear like low quality sneakers, your feet will feel it, your back will feel it. I wore like low quality sneakers because back in the days, my mother would buy sneakers off the streets. Like these men will sell like these sneakers that just said Air on it, and
Uh-huh.
and you will buy it. And my mom said, "Look, I got you Air sneakers." I'm like, they're not Nike, and I will suffer the consequences of these low quality sneakers. It's also socially embarrassing, especially you in a neighborhood that
Mm-hmm.
value sneakers. I remember when I was in fourth grade, I was like I was made fun of for the whole year. It was traumatizing. But that's another thing. That's
What did they say?
oh
Because you probably walked into school thinking, "Oh man, I'm like hot shit. I got these new shoes."
no, no,
Or
no,
were you
no.
trying to?
I had to appreciate the fact that my mom at least went out to buy these sneakers. But as a kid, you don't understand why. The why. Like, how come she can't get me that? It's not fair. And stuff like that. But kids will just make fun of me, like, oh man, like I I forgot his name. He's a crackhead now, but Carmen bitch. But he would like they would just I never used to tie my sneakers, so they would just take off my sneakers and just like throw it around and just talk about like how fake these are. Like it was a bit traumatizing, but it is what it is. I'm taller and I'm more successful than them now. Success is the greatest revenge.
I'm gonna post a video. You ever see the TikTok guy who roasts people's shoes? That's my favorite shit.
Let's see it.
Oh man, Ali, can you do it?
Oh my God, what the hell?
Keep going.
Oh my. I love it so much, I can't stop laughing. What's he do? I need 3 things for you. Give me the tap, tap, tap. I wanna, what's it?
Let me rub. Let me tap, tap, tap. Okay, I put it to the top. Check this out. You're gonna love this, X. It's gonna give you flashbacks. Best shoe channel.
I'm waiting. I see it. Hold on. We went off silent just to watch the video. I remember this video from years ago.
This guy has like 50 videos of just this.
Oh man. I would just cry. I would just run in my room and never get out. Yo, Mike, what kind of sneakers you wear? What are the shoes you wear?
Well, we didn't have money for shoes when I was a kid. I had Captain Planet shoes.
Oh, the mighty Matos. Matios is here. Everyone, hide your pies.
It's interesting because this is kind of how America's going to be, where there's like one Sandra to two Spanish people.
Okay, what is it with you bringing up people's races, motherfucker? Like, yo, what the
No, because
fuck?
Matheus and you are going to be the dominant speaking language in America as of 2035. I got to give it up to you guys. You did it.
It's English. It's gonna be English, brother.
What do you think, Matheus? Do you think it's going to be still English as of 2031?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's look, even damn, how would I word this? Nah, you know what? I ain't saying shit.
Can your kids speak Spanish?
Nope.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well,
Hold up. Why not? Why
yeah,
not?
it was just I fucked up TBQF, but they get it though, right? So it's like I see that they're one pack of flashcards away. But it's exact that's the reason why, right? Because like I was raised in a straight up like in a Spanish speaking household, and Spanish ain't even my dad's first, second, or third language. Like it was some shit he learned.
Oh really? Oh really?
Yeah, he learned Spanish and like and I think he took like some tutoring or some shit when he was in his country. So at the very least, he learned 2 native tongues, French and Italian. And then he was like, I should just learn Spanish because he fucked with not Enrique Iglesias, his dad, Julio Iglesias. There's like other singers from that time. My dad was like, hey, this shit is tight. I should learn what they're saying. So anyway, he meets my mom here in the States, and then like between them, they would communicate to each other primarily in Spanish. But my mom raised us like, yo, you got to learn all the languages, period. So she's definitely disappointed that we only picked up 2. But yeah, I think that's a major factor. There's a lot of motherfuckers like myself who could just pick up and go to Argentina if we wanted to, but our kids cannot. And I got a lot of kids. You feel me?
Nigga, how many kids do you have?
I got three, TBH, but not for not trying, you know. So
you trying to repopulate the earth and shit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. See, and if I had it my way, all 10 of them would have been English speakers by merit of me being lazy, you know, or I should say primary, because English is a beautiful language.
Not to some speakers, because I spoke to a non-native English speaker, and they were saying that like Spanish, well, English just sounds like, how can I say this?
You don't have to censor yourself. You are the dominant language in the U.S. So speak your mind. You can say in Spanish. Say in Spanish. Peter won't understand.
Booyakasha. Oh shit, Petros.
Did you know Polish is the name of a stripper?
No. Which one?
Oh, there's only one Polish.
What? Like, is she like on Housewives or House Husbands of Atlanta?
Of like, housewives of the Eastern Bloc.
Ah, you motherfucker.
Hey guys, I gotta go real quick. I gotta go.
Yeah, man.
See what you did, Doc? Hey, have a good one, bro. Why you always bringing up people's race,
This guy just dropped out quick.
I can't do this. It's like, all right.
Amazing. Well, at least we corrected the ratio of Spanish versus American speakers. You know,
American.
bring
Damn.
it back to stasis.
I don't know. I think the food will be better. I mean, people are all like, "Oh no, it's the end of the world," but like, yeah, but the food will be better. And
Yeah, we can have like Arkansas Mex and like California Mex and like Dakota
Hey,
Mex.
hey, that's exactly what Web3 was talking about the other day. How did he word it so beautifully? Damn, he's a fucking gentleman, dude. But he said, listen, we're all kinds. Or something to that effect. I was like, yes, thank you, bro. But they got that Arkansas Mex for sure.
not to mention, a lot of them come from communist countries that come here. So
Mm.
I'm assuming that they still will be Republicans and not Democrats.
100%.
Oh yeah.
100%. And honestly, that was always my confusion because, like in California, it's not like that so much. But I think that fed in. Of course, we went politics. Damn it, horned horse. Every fucking. But that was part of the thing with the Never Trumpers that were coming out of like Anaheim and Orange County. They just didn't like the language, and they were kind of like, no, like there are definitely people who come to this country who buy in. So when you just word it as a takeover or replacement, like they weren't appreciative of that exactly for that. And I'm obviously biased and defensive of that too, because I was like, no, dude, I swear to you, my parents like raised me to be like, I can't say I'm from where they're from. Like, what does that even mean? It's just
Yeah, I'm
it's
not
nonsense.
Guyanese in the way a Guyanese person is Guyanese.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like there's something about this country, and also there are others who were centers of commerce and all that shit through history. In Spanish, LOL, they have a phrase that says "ni de aquí ni de allá," meaning neither am I from here, neither am I from there.
Mm,
And that's an experience that a lot of people have, right? They grow up here, they're saying, "Oh, I'm this," because they're identifying with where their parents are from, and
right.
then you go, and it's like, "Oh, fuck, I'm not." But then when I'm back over here, then they're telling me you're not from here, and it's like, nah, bro, like
Yeah, it's like you have
I
to have
am.
two answers,
I
right? One for people that really are from where you're from, and one for people that are from North America. Because if a North American person asks me where you're from, they're not looking for Canada, right? They're looking
yeah,
for no. Where did that fucking skin come from?
yeah. Why do you say willing instead of villain?
Yeah, what is willing? But if you talk to a Guyanese person, it'd be like, I mean, yeah, I'd say my parents are Guyanese, right? But I can't speak the accent.
Yeah,
I've never
exactly.
had curry iguana, curry alligator.
That part. Yeah, my mom was telling us how they would catch snakes and eat them like pepperoni, and I was like, you
Mm.
know what, Mom? I'm blocking you. Like, you can't follow me on Twitter no more because you ate the serpent, you jungle. I guess I can't say that to my mom in this country. You're a jungle monkey, Mom. But like, no, but seriously, guys, literally, I didn't mean to. Anyway.
Oh, it's like the jungle pepperette.
There it is. But TBH, I'll eat steak, pepperoni before I eat pineapple on pizza. Deal with this disrespect.
That is a wise thing to say.
Oh, thank you, Sandra. I read Esquire.
Oh God, don't
I
start.
was, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. I feel strongly against fruit on pizza. I don't appreciate it. I don't want to see it. I get very angry at it.
No, agreed.
Not really, but
No, it tastes like. Nah, I can't say it. You know what? Yeah, I can. I'm an American, Mom. It tastes like vomit to me. like when I throw up, it tastes exactly like that. And
oh, that's
it's
awful.
so avert. Yeah, and then other people are like, no, but this is good. I'm just like, damn, that's how fetishes start, huh?
Yep. Yep.
You like that taste? Enough said. My
It's
kids
like
can't
tongue
touch other
masochism.
kids. Yeah, dude. I can't. Man, I'm literally trembling right now thinking about this.
Oh, it makes me shake. I get very, very upset. I need to, you know, fit of the vapors. But what about like fruitcake or fruit in breads? Are you yay or nay?
Oh
Is it a
man.
muffin though? What makes them? Is a muffin a type of bread?
Ooh,
Well,
that's
yeah, but a blueberry muffin's different. I'm talking like
Hmm.
fruitcake type stuff. You know,
If
raisin.
they know how to make fruitcake, it's good. But a lot of fruitcake is inedible.
Ugh.
agreed.
There's no edible fruitcake
I have to
ever,
jump in
in
here
my
and just
opinion.
say no. I'm
I
not
don't
doing no
understand it.
fucking
Why would you
no
put
big fucking
fruitcake?
the bun root. Like the rum cake where it's got all the stuff in it, nuts, berries, and it
Yeah.
has a tin
The
of
square
Oh
brandy
no,
fruit.
they
in it.
got berries in it? Hold on. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Look, all I
I
know
thought
is
I
that
had
when Sanders talking fruit and it's not blueberry stuff like in a muffin, just fucking run. Just fucking run. Because everything else she's going to describe
Yeah.
is just not going to be something that you should eat. Just kidding.
No,
It's interesting because like nowadays, a fruitcake isn't a dessert for Christmas; it's a person.
H.
I'm sorry, you're in California, so I know that hits home.
Jeez Louise. I'm fine just the way I.
It probably feels like fruitcake down there. I guess maybe that's the reason they named it that.
that is like so like 80s, you know, like you know, did you hate everyone who had AIDS or just like the ones in Philadelphia that they made a movie about?
What was the Philadelphia movie?
Fuck.
The one with oh shoot. The guy who plays Bart
Thomas
Starr?
Hanks
Yeah, him. That guy.
What was that?
and Denzel, right? Was Denzel the
It's
doctor in
Always
it?
Sunny in Philadelphia or something. I don't know.
All right.
That's a good show. I have
Um,
not seen all the episodes for that yet, but I really want to.
what he just did was so disrespectful. I am dropping down to
What
listen.
like
Oh,
what? It feels like fruitcake.
No,
That's why
no,
they named
no.
it that. There's something else.
How fun? No, not that. Oh, fuck. All right, now I'm really dropping down a lister. I had a career, bro. It was right fucking there, and the HH came and
Yeah,
rammed me, if you
they had
will.
like an R&B song about that.
don't worry. We're gonna set it. You said it anyway, Mario. So you know.
Give
Yeah.
me some of that black
Fuck.
cake. Nobody ever said that to you?
Nah, but I'd blush. I might cross my legs at the knee and turn coyly to my
Oh,
least
nice.
dominant side. Like
Was
what?
that is
What?
that basic instinct? How do you
Hey,
say
bro.
basic instinct in Spanish? Basicos instintos?
Man, yeah.
Basicos, probably, right?
Not it
Instintos,
reverse.
basicos. Yeah.
Yes. All right, I'm blocking you. Don't disrespect. Anyway, but yeah, no, you hit the nail on the head, if you will. You press right down on the prostate, if you will.
I made my point.
Pointing down. Cheers to pointing downwards. Anyway, sorry.
Now I want the AI to write a sarcastic. You have any sarcastic poem requests, Matthias?
Man, I don't know why I always freeze in these situations. I guess the short answer is no. I gotta up my prompt humor.
Write me a sarcastic poem about Spanish being the dominant language spoken in America.
It is in a
All
lot of
right,
places and others.
so here we go. The land of the free and the home of the brave, but English is not what we crave. Spanish is the language that we adore. It's the one we speak. from coast to shore. From California to New York City, Spanish is the language that's pretty. In the schools, in the malls, on the street. It's the language that can't be beat. English is so passé and old. Spanish is where it's at, we're told. So forget about speaking English, my friend. Spanish is the language that will never end. So if you want to fit in and be cool, you better start speaking Spanish like a fool. Because in America, Spanish is king. And English is just a silly old thing.
Whoa.
I'm kind of offended that they're purporting that Spanish is younger than English. That's just an outright lie. Spanish is from Latium.
Yeah, and technically, like, Spain is closer to Latinium, right? Like, you would have thought that would have happened first geographically.
I mean, it did, didn't it?
You know, it just made me think about, like, the Arabian history of Spain. It must be an interesting place because it's, like, closer to Africa, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that why?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the North Africans took ships there.
So did they come from Libya?
I think, I mean, yes. But there's another closer country. I remember Lagertha shitting on me about it. And she was right. North Afrique. Yeah, Algeria is where Algeria and Tunisia. Uh-oh, did I rug? Hello.
Oh, I hear you.
Oh,
You're good.
sorry.
No.
My phone.
I'm asking the
My phone
AI.
froze. But
How
yeah,
did Arabs end up in Spain?
spicy ass take.
The Arab presence in Spain, also known as Al-Andalus, dates back to the early 8th century
Al-Andalus. Let's go.
when Arab and Berber troops from North
Oh, the
Africa
redheaded ones. Oh,
crossed the
shit.
Strait of Gibraltar and invaded the Iberian Peninsula.
What? Is this fact?
So that's what the AI is telling me. Right?
must be
Over the
true.
next several centuries, they established a number of Islamic states on the peninsula, the most significant of which was the Emirate of Cordoba.
Oh, I didn't know that. What the fuck, dude?
Madulaman, what's up?
Well, it's nice to join you here. I am from the Gambia, smiling coast of West Africa, and I am glad to join this conversation because I had some thoughts about you guys sharing to each other. That's why I also interested to join you here because I'm from the Africa.
Incredible. We're just talking to the dominant Spanish folks, X and Matios. They're telling us about what the future is going to be by delving into the past of Spain.
Oh, you better.
As before, so future.
You're fucking. Yo.
Oh, so interesting. Yes. Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening, and I can also see with my knowledge.
If history rhymes, then the modern day Nostradamus is a rapper.
Mm.
Okay, and the guys is from where? Africa or what?
Originally, I imagine, through the Caribbean.
Oh, that's amazing. Caribbean.
Yeah, that's where they got the idea of like Ja Rule and Ashanti from Chaka Demus and Flyers. You had the rapper and then the smooth singer.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That was profound, dude.
Okay. That's Jaru, right?
Yeah, exactly. Sing us some Ja Rule and Ashanti, Matthew.
Wow.
I'm trying to. I'm freezing. I'm thinking of Ja Rule and J-Lo.
What love?
What's love? Damn, I'm going straight to Chaka. What's love? There we go. Got to do with it, babe. What's love? Got to do with it, babe.
It's about us. It's about trust, babe.
Hey, what do you think was the question?
When did he become like that Armstrong guy? Trumpet guy. Izzy Gillespie? Did he become?
Nah, that was Armstrong for sure.
Right.
You know
I
what?
see clouds of blue.
You know why? Sometimes the voice used to get bigger, man.
Welcome back, X.
Bienvenido, X.
You like the chicken, my love?
It's so good.
How come you like soy sauce Korean chicken?
Because it's the best.
Your mouth is all
Greasy?
Your mouth is all shiny. You guys like chicken? What's your favorite kind of chicken? I just baked chicken for Ali.
Baked chicken.
I fried some chicken breasts and finished them in the oven for
Nice.
lunch. They were pretty good.
So you guys were talking about Spain and the red-headed dynasty that was in Spain. What were you talking about Spain?
Yo, the Berbers. Some of them, they're from. I don't even know where they're from, honestly. But their genes go deep, like throughout Africa. But some of them are red-headed, and then some of them are also
there was like
lighter skinned.
there was one of the leaders of the Islamic Spanish Islamic Empire. He was like a white Berber with red hair, but he used to dye his hair black because they used to make fun of him because he was like, a white boy
There it is.
with the black and Arabs and shit.
Nah, they still make fun of these motherfuckers in their home continent.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, like because I mean that it's so there's like a genetic thing there or whatever with the Berbers, but I didn't know it was the Berbers and the Arabs who crossed the Rock of Gibraltar.
Ready for this? The Berbers,
Nope.
also known as Amazigh, are a group of indigenous people who have lived in North Africa for thousands of years.
That part.
They are descendants of the pre-Arab inhabitants of the region and have their own unique languages and cultures. The Berbers played a significant role in the Arab conquest of Spain in the 8th century, providing many of the troops and generals who led the invasion. Over time, the Berbers intermarried with the local population, and their culture and language influenced many aspects of the life in Al-Andalus, as the Arab-ruled parts of Spain were known. Finally, today there were still many people in Spain who identify as Berber or have Berber ancestry.
Well, the topic is so interesting, but I will be so back. I will be back soon. Okay? Yeah.
All right, sounds good. All love.
Yeah, I will be back soon. Okay.
Gambia in the house.
Okay.
Gambia and Guyana. Starts with the same letter, different continents.
Yeah, different continents, man. Another side of the country,
So this used to be a sneaker place, sneaker talks, but now we're talking about his Iberian and Islamic and Spanish and Islamic history, which is actually up my alley because I study Iberian history.
Oh, let's
You're
go.
kidding me.
Let's go.
Tell Matthias where he really came from.
Yeah, like they think we're being vernacular when we like these Iberian niggas, but it's like no.
It's the best ham on the planet.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
X,
Anyway.
Can you say can you repeat what you say?
X was telling us about shoes. We were talking to him about Virgil Abloh, and the deconstructed shoe with Tinker Hatfield. Before I used AI to make potential shoe crossovers, so I put that to the top. We let
it was
stock
pretty
X.
cool. I'm dealing with a issue with my girl's apartment right now, but
Oh damn! You all right? Anything I can do from the Canada?
No, you cannot do nothing from Canada.
Can I use my Caucasian voice to simmer down the situation?
Yeah, I mean that could be useful.
You believe it or not, before I even saw your face, I knew you were not Caucasian.
How'd you know?
It's something in your voice.
Oh, damn it.
Really?
You don't have a you don't to me in my ears you don't have a Caucasian voice.
Yo, dog, binga boogoo, chappa chabo. It doesn't sound
What?
like.
No, nigga. What? No. What?
Nigger, please. Always wanted to say that. Thanks for letting me.
What?
No, I just said that you allowed me to say it. Like you said it, so I said it. It's cool.
You'll have to excuse him. He's from Ohio.
What?
It's a word. It's a phonetic word. I think it's 8 spaces. I don't know. I never used it in Scrabble. Oh, you used it, so I just used it. I just felt like, like if you allowed, like
Like we
if
had
I
a
said the
connection.
word like pick him up and take him down, Jesus, then you could also say like pick it up and put it down, Jesus. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
I'm part of Crow's family. It's okay.
Is okay. No problem. No problem. Who's this? Who's speaking right now? Dan Rockwell. Oh, Dan Rockwell. That's a cool fucking name.
It is, man. I love it.
Go ahead, Matthias. You were going to tell us about your Iberian forefathers and how they came up with their immaculate ham. Or maybe it's just you want a high five. There you go.
My bad. Nah, it was just solidarity with E Rich. I have to hopefully I get into the habit of doing this every time. Like before she gets there, so when she gets there, she'll already understand, like, okay, for sure. But yeah, I'm prompted every time she enters to raise a hand.
When we talk to each other, are we just prompting back and forth?
Ooh, Skinner would say yes.
Oh, I kind of like that. You should definitely do a prompt back and forth.
X, tell me more about the Iberian history.
Well, did you know Iberia had already another race of people in there? It was called the Basque people, or Los Vascos.
No. I mean, I know that there's like an enclave of them, and I heard it was hot. They had issues or whatever.
Like
But I
Tabasco,
didn't.
like the sauce?
No, like the Basque people, their language is not related
Oh,
to
okay.
no language in Europe.
I thought that was only the Hungarians.
Well, no, like the
Yo,
people, the Basque people, their language is not related to nothing in Europe. They're trying to figure it out for like years.
How do you spell that? The Basque?
Basque, yeah.
Basque.
Oh, like the Basquiat?
Basque.
No,
Tell me
Basque
about.
is I think is the Basque people is BASQUE, I believe.
Yeah. All right. Tell me about the Basque people in
I
Europe.
am not sure. Maybe I have some Basque ancestry, but I'm not sure.
Let's go.
The Basque people are an indigenous ethnic group who live in the Basque country, an autonomous community in northern Spain and southwestern France.
Oh, I didn't know they were in French. That's crazy. That's all the AI said? Nice. Always a pleasure, Horned Horse.
Because it's like having a Wikipedia that takes you to the right part of the page when I prompt the AI. I didn't even know about those people, the Basque people. What the hell? X, you know your shit. Where'd you learn all this shit, X? They teach you from
reading.
Harlem?
No, man. I just have an
Harlem?
interest. I just have an interest in Roman history.
That's cool.
Really? When did that start?
Yeah, I just have. Oh, I started in. It kind of started in high school, and then I fell off. Started in the workforce, and then I got interested into history intensely, and then I studied history in college. When I went to college, I studied creative writing and history. That was like my
Booyakasha.
that was like
Oh,
my
you and
majors.
Matheus did the same degree then.
Oh, really?
Philosophy,
Yeah.
engineering.
No, creative writing.
Oh, philosophy, engineering sounds better.
Philosophy engineering. Touche.
Yeah. So I studied it, and it was interesting because like still learning a little bit a little aspect of the culture you grew up in, because that's it's it's Iberian and African and the native people all mixed together, and I'm like, why is Spanish called Spanish? And it comes from the word Hispania. Hispania is like the Roman word for the Iberian Peninsula where they ruled over.
Oh shit.
Hispania. So over time, due to different influences of like Vulgar Latin, Arabic, and the formation of Spanish, you have the HS, the HIS becomes the España instead of Hispania,
Oh,
and how over time they made their own language that came from Vulgar Latin. Like all the languages that came from like Roman, like from Latin, almost sounds the same, like French, Portuguese.
Hispania sounds like that guy's bread in French.
What?
Because PIAN is bread in French. So like Hispania, right? His bread.
Wow.
How do they say bread in French? Pine? Pina?
PAIN. Pan.
P- pan.
Pan. It's pan.
Like
Yeah,
pan.
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 Yeah, it's the same thing. Pan.
You have to say it like
Pan.
French Montana. Pan, you know?
Pan. Yo,
Oh
French
my
Montana taught me French. Yoink.
You would think it would be French Montaigne.
French Montaigne. He should. French Montana is actually the Berber Montaigne, which is kind of fire if you think about it. Let's go.
Does Berber have any relation to barber?
No.
Yeah. Well, isn't that where they get the term when they call others barbarians? Is it not from the Berbers? Oh fuck! Sorry, you said.
I think
Anyway,
that's Berberian you're thinking about.
well, talking about French Montana and barbers, I was like, he do got a fresh. He does have a fresh ass lineup.
Maybe there was Berberians.
I thought that's Bada. Where are they from?
Barber
Anyway.
sounds like a
Yo,
gay club.
Mike, did
Go
you
on.
know that Vikings made it as far to Guyana and they named the country Guyana?
Stop.
No way. That's where they went after Greenland, Iceland, and Nova Scotia?
Yeah, they made it as far to Guyana.
You're kidding me. Hold
So
on.
you see some of those English descended Guyanese people who look Hispanic.
I
Those
thought they
are
were
actually Vikings.
It is unlikely that the Vikings visited Guyana. The Vikings were seafaring people from Scandinavia who primarily settled and explored parts of Europe, such as Britain and Ireland, as well as parts of North America, such as Greenland and Newfoundland. Guyana, on the other hand, is located in South America, far from the areas where the Vikings are known to have explored. While it's possible the Vikings may have ventured further south than is commonly known, there's no historical evidence. Yo, I can fact check the motherfuckers in real time and shit.
Oh
You
damn,
better watch out.
niggas got me.
Nah, I think I still think what you said was true. TBH.
That's true because through the English colonization of Guyana, and since the Vikings settled in parts of England and Ireland,
Good point.
technically,
Booyakasha.
You're talking about trickle down economics. Yeah,
yeah.
that makes a lot of sense to me.
I
There
do
you
this
A lot
go.
of
for
sense.
Ymir.
Because like a lot of people, like English people, are just Vikings with a different language. If you look at their lineage, right? The raids of the English coast.
Oh shit, that's what
When people,
Netflix was talking about. That's
yeah,
fire.
when a lot of English people they do their lineage, they'll be like, "Oh, how did Norway get in there?" I was like, "You don't want to know."
Je
Yeah,
suis
yeah.
Viking.
A lot of some English people have like a lot of French ancestry as well due to the Norman invasion.
Uh-huh.
Let's go, Joe.
Fucking normies always messing things up.
Normie,
Norm.
stay winning.
Normistan. Sounds like New Hampshire, you know? Or like Idaho. Where's Normis?
Oh shit. New Hampshire is right on the money.
I like having a couple of Iberians in the space. It's good.
We can't claim I being Iberian because to be Iberian, you have to come from the land of Portugal and Spain. Me and Mattheo's just descend. We just descend from the descendants.
I thought it's just a name for people who like to drink mead.
No mother. Anyway,
Yeah, nah, just block him, bro.
was ironic before the Islamic conquest.
Let's go.
Spain was colonized by the Visigoths, which were
Oh.
so Spaniards have a lot of ancient German blood as well.
Damn, yeah, because they must have came down to Spain if they went all the way down to Italy, right? You would think so.
The
No,
Visigoths got to Italy?
no, yes, those are the Ostrogoths. The Ostrogoths,
Oh, let's go.
the Visigoths made it into they ruled Portugal and Spain. Well, it was called Visigothic Spain.
Oh wow.
Yo, Jen, when are we gonna do Dungeons and Dragons again? I'm only missing Jero and Mahat at this point.
Hey, I want to play.
Yeah,
We have a team.
I mean, like, I've been preparing, so I want to do like a very quick vampire raid.
Yo, is this Ramel Jackson in this bitch? Holy
Oh,
shit!
shit, yeah.
I know he came back.
But yeah. So, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do like a quick session of Vampire Masquerade in Harlem. So I'm gonna take some pictures of my neighborhood, use image to image to like make it look, all cartoony.
Nice.
And like I don't know, we could take pictures of like people in there and like have a real good game.
Then you could do the in painting and have the character in there.
Yeah, honestly, we could do a D&D. Maybe actually, I could take pictures of this neighborhood and like turn it into a fantasy setting. So we could still just do D&D.
Yo, Rommel, I put some of the shoe crossovers I did with AI to the top. But we have to, like, on a Saturday morning, I'm so down. And I know like Dan and a few other people. Sandra, you ever play D&D? Peter?
I've never played before. I like to though.
It's so much fun with these guys. And they let me be the beginner I am, which is nice.
Yeah, I think a lot of the issues we had before is solved because of the AI stuff. Because now you can just generate images of what people should be seeing. There's also I'm down to play it. I don't know. I think X, you may run it, right? Or do you want me to run it? Who's gonna run it?
I work Saturday mornings, guys, due to my shifts. I work Saturday. I'm sorry, I can't run it or participate.
I don't know when you're available then.
I'm available Sunday through Tuesdays.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe Sunday. Sundays sound good. If anyone can do Sundays, we could do Sunday.
Because we could do if anybody's available Monday, I don't mind running a game like this. There's like a Planewalker segment I've been reading up Ramel yesterday. I was reading the Planewalker handbook, and then I downloaded the Space Jammer stuff, some of the new stuff Ramel. I got the physical book as well.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I don't mind running it. I think there needs to be like a we're just free balling as long as everyone has like access to like Google Dice Simulator and character sheets. We could at least teach the people who have no experience in Dungeons and Dragons at least like a quick run through. We could just like we could just spin dice for their characters or just make them like preset characters. So it'd be easier that way. They have preset characters to play with.
Yeah, so I'll have some presets ready. I don't know how many people are
Okay,
playing.
so oh if we could do this like on a Monday, well, I'll check up with anybody who wants to participate. We could put this on the Google Spaces like D&D live play on Spaces,
Oh,
and Mike could help
awesome.
promote that.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, someone should make a Google event for it. Let's see, like a sign up sheet so we can know how many people are playing
Yeah.
and how many sets. Yeah, it should be doable. It wasn't actually it wasn't too hard last time, and it should be easier now. So
The thing is, like,
Well,
we'd have a lot of people come out. Actually, we'd probably have about a good 10 to 15 people in the room at least. Yeah, Matthias, you down?
What day are we saying?
maybe Monday.
Ooh.
He's
What
also
time
California time.
Eastern? But I know how to add or subtract.
Oh, is the evening okay for you guys?
Yeah, it's fine by me.
All right, Monday evening.
hey Sandra, just to prep up, I would recommend you if you have access to the internet or your phone or whatever.
Yes.
Look up
Look, you're not. Look, this guy's been dominant language for like all of 5 minutes. He's like, "Hey, Sandra, you have the internet."
Oh my god.
okay, whatever.
Throwing your
So
weight around.
I might
listen,
have the internet. I'm not sure, but
How
yeah.
tall are you?
okay.
That's some tall ass talk. How tall are you again, X?
Anyways, so you could look up like quick there's a video that to teach you how to play D&D stuff like that. I'll see Ramel has like preset character sheets, so it's gonna be easy. Don't follow Mike's way because Mike will try to make up a new political system, try to make money somehow. Would try to just disrupt the political systems already set in D&D just to be like, hey, you want to do this, so smoke this. I'm like, oh my god, okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ramel was so Ramel like I was talking about sneakers and he and Mike did a good job like putting up the examples and things I was talking about and it's pretty good. I think I might if Mike is down with it the XCast um every other week episode, season 1 episode 1.
Yeah, I never realized that Virgil Abloh was from Chicago, same like Kanye. So maybe that's
Yeah.
where they had their kinship initially.
Yes. It could be said also their love of fashion as well. They both, like I said, they both interned at Fendi together.
Oh,
Everyone,
wow.
that's like a big thing because they're trying to figure out. People are trying to figure out for years, like how did Kanye and Virgil get internships at Fendi? But that's here and there. But I have to go right now because my phone is on 2%. Um, Let me know, Mike, how the recording went, so we could just spread this around and
Yeah.
continue on with the XCast. Because
What I'm
we
gonna
could
do is I'm gonna take this recording and make some videos. By when you're talking about Tinker Hatfield, I'll show some videos of Tinker, show the shoes, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, so yeah, let's do this next Monday night if you're available, so we could do episode 2.
Yeah, man.
All right.
We'll do the one shot. Hopefully everything's going well with your girl.
Oh no, everything's well. She's away. I'm watching her penthouse right now.
Oh, you're just throwing away that tall Latin smooth vibes, aren't you? This guy's just sleeping in penthouses every night, different penthouse every night. He's
I
from
just
Harlem,
smell
but he
hate.
lives in
I
but he
smell
sleeps in
hate.
Manhattan.
I smell hate right now.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's good that you're the dominant. Maybe this is how the dominance happens. You just live in different penthouses, slanging.
Smelling hate.
I'm trying to teach Ramel Spanish so he could be part of this dominant class. All right, yo, Mike. Please keep in touch. I'd like to do episode
Yeah,
2
man.
next week. It'll be cool.
Yeah, the shoe cast. This is interesting.
All right.
More interesting than I thought.
Well, yeah, like all I gotta do is prep up about sneakers and fashion and stuff. Like you obviously don't not interested in it, but it would be great to
No,
talk.
I'm not. Like, if somebody asked me if I wanted to have a conversation about shoes, I'd say no. But because you know about the people and like, I would have never guessed that Kanye West did an internship at Fendi, and so did Virgil Abloh, and how they learned their trade and stuff like that. It's fascinating.
No, that's no problem. I like pretending like I know stuff.
Me too. Maybe that's where we're friends.
Yeah, and Ramel there just being the guy.
Well, he actually knows what's going on. That's why he's the DM.
Oh my god, I could DM a game. I got caught up with personal issues.
Oh man, you're up. Mom's good.
Yeah,
Girl's
I was
good.
just talking and my mic was just off. I'm sorry. Sorry, X. I'm glad everything's going well for you.
What are you? What the fuck?
Yeah, I think I was saying a couple words, but the mic was off. So like I was like completely muted. Sorry, I just got off a game, so sorry, I'm a little like my head is a little cloudy right now.
It's all good. My phone is on 1%. Mike, record this and send me snippets of it so we can put it on the Newer Door Alliance page.
Yes. D&D and sneakers, the ultimate crossover. That's never happened.
So yeah, no, that's gonna happen next week. So I already got that in mind already. We gotta invite.
Can we make a D&D thing about shoes, like the golden shoe or whatever?
That's not a bad idea. Let me write this down. All right, guys.
We should what?
Make it about Hermes and his flying shoes.
Oh, his winged sandals. Mm-hmm. Matthias, does your wife make you pull all of her individual toes?
– Pool, yes, actually.
Okay.
Not make,
all right.
not make me.
Yeah, I do that every day to Ali.
Super necessary.
I think so. She loves it.
No, absolutely. That's bare minimum.
Like barefoot minimum.
Barefoot minimum.
Yeah, I see you guys playing that around with the chat GTP. Like, how's it going for you guys?
I keep on asking it to write me sarcastic poems.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, when you add like emotional tones to it, it follows your directions to a T.
Yeah, I've been seeing people simulate other computer programs and then have it run programs within that computer. So like people, it can simulate using a Linux program, a Linux computer, and then you can have it run programs as a simulated computer. So it can be like a self-referential thing, or like you can tell it to create a chatbot within itself and have it have the chatbot chat.
Wow. because I did like a simple thing where it's like, hey, build me write the HTML file that contain that actually generates a landing page with a video, and it did it. So I'm just playing around with like simple commands, and then I'll go over to the compiler and see if it works.
Yeah, it's super strong. It's way stronger than like. I mean, the image stuff was fun, but
It's
this
only as
stuff is just
strong as
way
I am,
stronger.
if that makes sense. Like,
Sorry, what did you say?
it's only as strong as I am, in a way. Like, personally, like I get out of it what I put into it, and as I learn more, I ask more of it.
Yeah. I think that's the future. Like the future is being able to. See, I guess it's like you do comedy, right? So it's the same way like as like mediums generate jokes, where you're in this environment and you're in the environment with everybody, but you're able to see the comedy of it. And from you being able to uniquely see that comedy from it, you're able to produce jokes. And in this situation, you're looking for very hyper specific problems that you can solve through asking the chat a question. So because like right now we're just sitting here and there's a whole bunch of things we could potentially solve with this system, but we're just unaware of it. We're unaware first that it's a problem that can be solved. Like we're first unaware there's a problem at all, and then we're unaware of how to solve that problem. So I think the next people are the people who can like have some money out of this right now are going to be able to figure out questions that people didn't know was a problem and figure out how to solve it, how to get the chatbot to solve it, do a series of like prompting, like which is kind of cool because like someone said like in China and Japan they call prompting spells, and like the people who prompt a lot wizards. So like right now we're in that generation where like we're casting spells. So like now you just got to be a better wizard and figure out what type of spells you need to be casting for whatever environment you're in right now. So it's an exciting time.
I'm asking you, write me a witty joke starting with, why did the AI cross the road? Let's see what it says. Why did the AI cross the road? To get to the other side, and to show all those humans that it can do what they can do, but better and fast. Brilliant.
I recently did because like I've been like feeding it data. So like I'll take a blog post, say like you have a blog post, right? You just control A to take all the text from it, and like I'll put it in a Google Doc or something like that. So like I wanted to see like how would the AI figure out like which is better, is the Star Wars prequels good or good or bad? So I looked online. I took one article where they said the prequels was good, and then I took another article where it said the prequel was bad. Kind of filtered them out, so like it's just the text of them talking in the blog post. Put it in GPT, Chat GTP, and told them to form it as a dialogue or debate. So let's just say the guy who said prequels, the prequels, his name is Bob, and he's going to debate Joe, and Joe believes the prequels suck. Have them debate and list their points with examples, and then you decide who the winner is based on who made the best points. And yeah, it's like you have two blog articles personified and then debating each other. But the chat did not. I guess GTP chat the chat GTP. It said it couldn't determine a winner. It's just individual preference. I couldn't make it decide which one. I feel like maybe that's due to the censorship of the system, where it's for. I think one thing OpenAI did was stop it from making decisions because it just doesn't want it to have bias anymore. So it couldn't determine which one was best. It had to leave it up to individual decisions. But
And yeah,
you know,
it's very apprehensive about opinions when asked directly. But when sometimes asked to explain things, it will of its own accord give its opinion. It's interesting like that. Like like somebody prompted, like, "What is the World Bank?" You know what I mean? Or explain the similarity between the Myers-Briggs psychometric test and astrology.
yeah, I think it's because I think they're trying to avoid it being hacked right now, because like some of the hacks are asking it to become things. Like I don't think you can ask it to become things anymore. It'll give you a message like I can't become things anymore. So you can't
Well,
say, hey, theoretically you're a businessman. What would you do in this situation anymore? You can't do that anymore because people have been using that to get past the filters, and they've been using decision making processes to also get past filters. So like say if I wanted to learn how to do something illegal, if I type how to do something illegal, it'll give me an error message. But I could say like, hey, theoretically I'm trying to do X, how would you best make that decision? And I think that would give you, it would make it theoretically produce uh something to do illegal stuff with. So I think they stopped its ability to make decisions, or they nerfed it so that people can't use that to subvert its laws, like whatever censorship thing they have going on. So it's a little nerfed than what it was before, because like people are just hacking it. They found ways to make it say crazy stuff that it wasn't supposed to say. So they've nerfed it. So it doesn't make decisions that much. It'll choose neutrality before making decisions these days now. If that's clear. Because I think somebody got it to got it to tell him how to effectively kill people through asking it theoretical questions. And that was but now that it doesn't make that many decisions anymore, it doesn't you don't have to worry about that. I think I'm rugging, sorry, but or
Nah, you're not.
Oh,
That shit
but
was
yeah,
hilarious.
no, there's
Or
actually
not
like,
hilarious,
you know,
but
I really I want to be like a full stack prompt engineer, right? So I'm trying to learn everything about all these systems. I didn't know about music yet. Music is one I haven't got into yet, but someone showed me how to get into music. But yo, there's some crazy stuff with this chatbot. Like, did you guys see like the chat sex dungeons? Like, people have been making like weird, crazy stuff with like telling it like with some of the chat AIs, because they can make a very specific character, give it all the personality traits, and like lock in what it should do. So that's how AI Dungeon, like that was running on GTP3. That's how it got closed, because people were like creating. I think they were creating like sex dolls in the dungeon, like AI dungeon, and then like, you know, I guess like having cyber sex with it. But it's pretty wild how they figured out how to do that. But yeah, so it's almost unlimited. It's crazy what people are doing right now. I wonder what you guys are gonna do.
I really feel like I really feel like we're at a monumentous moment. What happened in the last couple days, and there's no going back. Like you think about, basic uses like, hey, write me a Python course. Hey, teach me about the Iberian heritage in Spain, and it gave me the answer. It's like transporting you to the right part of the Wikipedia article I told Matthew, so that's intimidating.
Yeah. I don't know. It can do much more. I think like right now we just don't know how much we can do with it. Like because it's not just like auto completion and like using it to web scrape. Like you can structure it. Like it can do classification as well. So it can do like amateur data analysis. I think that's maybe the most powerful tool of it because it could do amateur data analysis and then make a code for it that you can take into the real world. So I would try to find those examples because for me like I'm seeing if I could try to make a quick buck off of it like right now because like I feel like I found out like a conversion script. So like I can convert different prompts and image generation to like the GTP systems. So the language systems.
So can you explain the process that you went through to, because you've been creating your own models, dude, with Hugging Face. I wish I knew how to use them.
Yeah, so you have to use so pretty much the models are basically for automatic 1111. You can just run them. You can run them online, or if you have a local installed, you can just download the model and upload it, and then run it. So I built those models off of Google Colab, and there's this big book. There's a big Colab notebook called Last Ben, and he's just pretty much just running Dreambooth off of automatic 1111, but he has it in a Colab notebook. So I run that based on the model's complexity and size. It takes a long time. So I think the last model I did was like the biggest one. That took like 20, like it took at least like 30 hours to make. And I mean, it didn't take that much credit, so it was less than $10, but like it took about 30 hours to make. It's pretty easy to do it.
Dude,
like if you want to just do your
I'm
face,
looking at your street fashion right now. It's crazy.
like if you want to do your face, there's a website called Runway ML. It does faces for you for like $10. There's another website that does it for $3 as well. It's just your face though. It can't create like styles. And like really what I've been doing is like just stealing different artists' styles and then like making a model off of them. So I did a lot of them, but a lot of them are commissioned. So like someone will pay me for a model and I'll give that to them. Some people mind it going public, but the couple ones I did, they didn't want that public, so I couldn't like release those models. But I did it like for $40 a pop, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I've been making money. I didn't make money off of Dungeons and Dragons, but I've been making money off of this. Like it works. You can make money off of this. I expect people to try to do it right now because like it's gonna get harder. But there's a lot of like low hanging fruit, like you can just make some money off of, and especially if you can make it code your website. If you can make it code your website and run the API itself. So like, I think of it the same way I think of it as if I'm using the image generation. Like I want it to complete a project within itself, so I don't have to go outside the thing. So you can just tell it to make code for you. Hopefully it works. And probably finish the website and have the API it uses work. But that's my big project right now. That's what I'm going to do. See if I can make some more money off of that. But yeah, there's a gold mine out here. Just like if you have a good question you can make money off of it instantly right now before people know how to use this stuff for real.
I'm asking it to write me um write the code to evoke chat GPT in an HTML file.
That was a cool thing. Taking like data from websites and then having it use that data from the website. So like let's say I want to teach it how to battle rap, right? If I ask it how to battle rap, it can't do it really that well if I just straight ask it. But like I could go to battlerap.com and find the lyrics and just copy and paste all the lyrics into Chat GTP and have it create create some lines for the battle rap based on
You did
that
that
data.
too, huh? That's like one. There's like a handful of things that I did first. I was like, write me a battle rap in the style of Daylight. Like,
Did it understand daylight style or was it like off?
well, I didn't use exactly that. I started with like a sarcastic battle rap. When you get specific, like I tried to make it write me a poem in the style of Cameron. Didn't exactly come out.
Yeah, so the solution to make it more, because like it doesn't have a good representation of daylight, right? So the solution is to like feed it that data. So like if you can find his lyrics of a battle rap online,
You just blew
and
my
then,
mind. You feed it the data and say, write me a battle rap like this about that.
yeah,
Interesting.
because what you're doing is like it doesn't have a good representation. So if you feed it that data, it has a representation. It has a better representation because now it has extra data to go off of. I mean, generally, it could probably do that in the future more easily, but it doesn't access the internet when it thinks right now because you can't ask it to scrape the internet. So you have to feed the data yourself manually.
I am going to go for a bit of a drive. I love you all. Monday, let's stay in touch, Rommel. Sandra, Dan, you guys ready to
Word.
D&D it out?
Yep.
Wicked.
Dujon et Dragon. I'm with it.
It's Dragon et Dujon, I think.
Even
All
better.
right, guys.
All right.
See you.
Excelsior, everyone. Excelsior.
Excelsior, my gents. Continue to create and check in tomorrow.